Perfect. All right. Now you have to unmute us.
Yep.
You're already unmuted there.
Yep.
That's the game. Yes. All right. Welcome to stream. This is the Second Extinction weekly dev stream. I'm Carney, community manager.
And
Who
I'm
are you?
Alan, the art director of the game.
Hell yeah. All right. Who are we already seeing in chat? Rora. Hi, Rora. Baby Raptor pocket accessories when? Tomorrow. If it was me who decided that. Unfortunately, it's not. Hashtag unprepared Carney. What do you mean, Toast? First of all, that is a completely baseless accusation. I will not stand for it. Drops, says Amos. Are drops on? This is the very first question I need to ask, because... Oh, that's a bit loud, I think. Because I have them on, so if they don't work now, then they will probably never work. Hey James, hey Raptor, how's it going? Hello Toast. Novus, hey Novus is here, oh my god, wow. I did not expect that, hey. Hey Monk, it seems to me alone that the history of Evolve can repeat itself with this game. What is the history of Evolve? Do we know Evolve? Oh yeah, right!
A little bit of that.
Right,
Yeah.
I know about that game. Don't know what exactly you mean by that comment, but it was a pretty good game, I think. Don't remember it that well. Anyway, this is not Evolve, this is Second Extinction. And we are here to ask some very, very burning questions that I think everyone is having, or at least I am. So I'm just gonna ask them, you can listen along if you want to. Over-mutated stuff ain't that uncommon in lore. No, it is not. It is a fact that if you let the mutation fester for too long, then it tends to over-mutate and become even more corrupted than it already is. So no, it is definitely not uncommon, I would say. How is everyone? How's everybody's week going so far? How's your week going so far?
Doing great so far. I've been working on quite a lot of post-launch materials, so it's been great.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I've just seen something. Let me just do some hacking so I can remove this thing here. There you go. Ta-da! No more border. Alright. Scientifically proven by Dr. Carney. Yes, exactly. Everything I say is scientifically accurate, and you can quote me on that. Just made it. Hey, Grand Lord, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Any news for the update? If by update you mean full launch, then, I mean, we do have some new stuff to share today, so stay tuned in the stream. We're gonna show some behind-the-scenes footage, some development progress, if you will. I'm very excited for it. Going good, excited for the weekend. Oh, aren't we all, Aurora? Aren't we all? First video of the Out of Bounds series will be up today. Nice, looking forward to that, Toast. Toast is our local Out of Bounds expert. He knows every way how to get outside of the map.
Our dearest friend.
Yes, we love seeing that. The University of Sweden. There is only one, that is true. That is where I got my degree. It releases next Thursday, right? Yes, Dwayne. Second Extinction is fully out next Thursday, so go out, tell your friends, save the date, take a day off, and just enjoy. You know you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. I want to watch the whole stream, but I only have 18 minutes before class. Well, we better get to it then.
Yeah.
No more beating around the bush. Let me just refresh this so we can see Steam chat as well, if we are so inclined. There you go. Okay. So, first question. You're an art director. What does an art director do?
Beats me. Right. So it's all over the place. It all depends on the phase of the game development. So I would say that the first came into the projects. My job is to kind of provide the guidance, prepare the documentations, do a lot of feedback with the artists. I know that it's not exactly like the fun part where you actually get to draw a lot, you know, and create a lot of art. But this is the truth. Becoming an art director also means that you are kind of like managing the team to make sure that things are being done correctly. Not just good, but it has to good and efficient, right? But later on, when I move on to a later stage of the development, I started to get my hands dirty to work on some of the craftings. So I work on lightings, VFX, straight away jump into the game engine and tweak stuffs. And this is where it gets really, really fun for me as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I don't know if you can answer that, but Rora wants to know what drove the art design away from the mantis raptors and Rexes with gorilla arms, if you remember those.
Well, ultimately, we still want to retain how this game being perceived is a dinosaur killing games. It's not just another evolve per se. You know, we are not killing just any monsters, but it's a cool dinosaurs that kind of like sort of turn into a monsters. The mutation happens, so we still want to keep that familiarity of what and how people likes about these games. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think, at least to me. All right. While I drop into an expedition and also turn down the game volume a bit. Can I get some feedback in chat, please, about the volume? I think the game volume is pretty high at the moment. I have turned that down now, and then our voices are the most important thing, or his voice, I guess. Mine isn't that important. How long are the nails on the long nail boy?
Well, beats me. I never actually measure it directly that way.
I would imagine they would be at least 1 meter long.
More than that.
Yeah.
It's definitely longer than the character's height.
Longer than a character's height? Really? That long?
I think so. I mean, the last time I checked on the models, it is that long.
So you do the math. They're very long. It earns its name. 50% is good. You guys are audible. Thank you for the feedback. When petting zoo for the baby for the baby raptors that we rescue sometimes.
Yeah. I kind of hope I can pet like a baby flatback.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, cute.
It would be so cuddly. So speaking of Long Nail Boy, what parts of the game have you worked on yourself?
I think the biggest part I work on in terms of my hands-on and the tweaking are those lightings. I work on mostly my hands-on work is work on the second biomes, which is a new biomes that on the launch on the release games, the Savannah. I work on the time of days, I work on the weather systems, and I work on the caves ambience. Some Emergent events as well. And sometimes, you know, when I feel like it, I jump onto VFX and work on some VFX as well. Yep.
Oh, we love VFX. We're gonna talk about those a lot more later today, and it's probably my favorite part of today's schedule. I'm so excited, but I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. Any chance? And I know this is a long shot of an art book being released. Oof, I would love that. Wouldn't that be amazing?
We have a talk about like collecting the art for the art book. It is still on the planning stage. Not exactly like something that will happen, but it's something in the back of my mind. But one thing for sure is that we'll definitely collect all those beautiful artworks, and then we're going to share it publicly. Sometimes at launch or after the launch, we still haven't locked down any time and date for that yet. But eventually we'll share all this cool stuff.
I would love an art book. I am infatuated with it. Hey Digik, how's it going? Welcome to stream. I will buy it, just saying. That's at least one sale we're making with that, so maybe I can convince some higher ups with that. Alright. Ow. Oh no. So, that is a very unfortunate event, I have to say. Oh, I cannot read that. Oh no!
See, you need second player.
Ah! I got him. Alright, you know what? I think, actually, now that I'm getting my ass handed to me by these dinos here, I think it would actually be better if we hung out just in main menu while we talk, so we can focus on the conversation a bit more. Will there be a photo mode in the full release? No. No, at full launch there will not be a photo mode. Will there be pets in the game or companions? No. I wish we had the time to do that, but unfortunately not. Alright. No, but I want to get to the essence of what we're here to talk about now.
Okay.
Alright, so let's talk about weather first. In the full launch version of the game, there will be some very improved weather effects and also some new weather effects that people have never seen before. Let us maybe show something off here in the Sandstorm one, and then you can talk us through what you did and how you did it.
Alright. Okay, so one thing is that we want to introduce a new weather systems in the new biomes, which is a savanna. And as you can see here, it's a comparison video between like a early development and also the final version, which is something that I personally worked on. It's kind of like a show off over here. Yeah, so the idea is that we wanted to kind of like create a sandstorm, which is something that I think Avalanche is not is pretty well known for because of a previous title as well. So we want to kind of like create that kind of sensation and bring it back into these biomes as well. And what Sandstorm did is this biome is that we really want the visibility is kind of like cut down. It has a huge impact towards the gameplay. And also we want the player felt lost. I think lost is our keywords here. That when Sandstorm hits, you kind of felt very chaotic, very helpless. Winds blows. Yeah, you're just trying to survive here, right? So it's not something for show. It's something that you actually live through it. Yeah.
Definitely, and it looks just so good, I think. People really love the little watcher you had attached to your gun in that clip. That is something that everybody will be able to get, so I'm glad you like it. Alright, there's thunderstorms? Yeah, imagine that. Have a look at this.
Oh.
Let us add myself back in. There we go.
Can you turn on the sound for this?
Yes, I did. Should I turn it back on? Yeah. Turn it back on. There you go.
Because this is one of the nicest weather we ever meet.
Just doing some lightning storm ASMR now. Yeah, the thing I like the most about these is that you can't just see the single like lightning strikes. You can see full branches of lightnings just spreading out over the whole sky, and it looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Would be fun if the lightning could strike dinos. That would be fun.
That would be cool. That would be cool, but we try not to go into that level of gameplay change here. You still need to be the one who shoot the dinos, not the lightning. Sorry.
Fair. Also, the way I know myself, I would just get hit myself by the lightning. Exactly in the wrongest moments when when I'm already almost dead. So I'm kind of glad I can't get hit by that. The lightning looks so good, they think. Visual is useless. Give me more gameplay. Well, you're gonna have to wait. We have a bit of gameplay later, but it's all connected to visual since this is the art director and not the gameplay director. We're primarily gonna be talking about art today. Imagine that. No, but more gameplay, we don't want to spoil it too much. You can see some of it in the background here. But I think most of it is best enjoyed yourself at full launch. You all are killing it. This is gonna be a fire update. Well,
It is.
I think
Yeah.
so too. Fire and sand and rain. Now, you wanted to talk about the weather transitions as well. And someone also asked, is the weather dynamic? And is it set like the present game? Will the rain end or stay raining for the remainder of the session?
That is exactly what we are going to show next.
No. Goes back in. There we go.
Yes. So the answer is yes. So it's going to be dynamic. And as you can see, it's not just a dynamic as it comes, but it has to have a proper timing, and the whole transition has to feel immersive enough. But I'll let the video do the talking here.
You can just see how the whole world loses color as the storm approaches and kind of all is drenched in this blue scale. It looks so good.
Yeah. So the video didn't show how the transition goes back to normal weather, but the timing is actually different from when the weather comes into this uh, transition. The transition from normal weather to this harsh weather, and from harsh weather to the normal weather, is actually has a different timing as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's what I'm talking about. Sandstorm should blind the dinos. Well, it does blind the player. I think they have other senses that they rely on as well, not just their sight.
I think I can kind of explain a little bit here, right? The dinos kind of like emerge from underground. They don't really rely on the eyesight so much. I don't know. I just like speculating over here.
See? We have an explanation ready. My vocabulary is not good enough to describe my awe right now. That is a very high
Oh,
compliment. Thank you, Toast.
thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you so
happy with
much.
this full launch already. Love the shaders and the transition. Are the weather effects going to be similar to those in Horde mode? Being able to avoid in caves and being time-based?
I don't think this weather is not going to apply to the horde mode as if for now, right? Because right now the horde mode is strictly to the tundra
Yeah.
biomes right now. So eventually in the future, maybe.
Michi-chan from Discord. Hi. Time to fry eggs on my PC when release comes. I don't think it'll be that demanding, you know.
Not too bad. You know, when we create all these weathers, these graphics, we kind of take into consideration of optimization. So don't worry about it.
You'll be fine. And hello, Ando, by the way. Ando is one of our most veteran players of the game. When I posted a fun fact earlier about one of the players having like 500,000 dinosaur kills and
Oh, wow.
600 T-Rex kills. And everybody immediately on Discord, everybody went, "Is that Ando? Was that Ando? I'm sure that's Ando," with that many kills. So yeah, he's one of our veteran, as well as Raptor and Toast, who are both also in chat right now. Where is Kyla? That's a very good question. Where is Kyla? We all miss her. Man, which dino did not rely on eyesight? Well, I mean, pretty much all of them. They came from underground. You can see it very, very clearly in the Digger's design, because they have tiny little eyes that wouldn't really be used to see in any case, really. And they're also hidden behind these huge bone plates, so yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you know, when they're digging underground, they can't see anything, so they rely mostly on sound and vibrations. All right. Any other questions in the moment? I can't see any right now. Hello, Gigi from Brazil. Love game. Thank you for the compliment. We love you too. Imagine watchers getting sand in their eyes. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that level of detail, but I think it's pretty detailed already. With this new biome, are we getting in-world secrets and visual storytelling? I think that's a question for later as well. We had that one planned.
Yes.
Nothing better than finding a secret placed by the art team. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
There are some secrets on the new map. One of them, an apple-related one, is my favorite one. Do you know that one?
Which one? I can't remember which one is that.
Well, I'm not gonna say out loud right
Oh,
now,
okay.
but
Yeah, we have placed too many Easter eggs and
there's so many
Easter
you don't
egg.
even know. No, but yeah, it's a certain Apple related thing that some people who are fans of, systemic reaction in general are gonna recognize.
Hmm.
Will a Spino boss be added? Not at full launch, Dorman. No. Would be really cool though. Many people have been asking for Spinos.
Yeah, ideas. Keep it coming.
So many ideas, so
Yeah.
little time. I like the secret that Ando has printed on his wall. Oh, yes, that's a very good secret. It's one of the movie posters.
Mm-hmm.
Those are very cool. But I'm not. I can't say too much now. You got to discover those for yourself. Yes, Spinos are a very cool thing. Can you give some insights on how much an art director can affect? That's an interesting question, do you
Yeah,
reckon?
I would say that I would need more elaboration on that questions, but I would say art director's role is not exactly to come in and to affect how the art being created. To be honest, most of the art directions and style it's created by the team, right?
Mm.
So art director is just another artist in the team. But what the role of art director is to ensure the team has whatever tools that they have, the software that they need, the reference that they need, whatever knowledge that they require. Art director is there to provide or to facilitate. To be honest, art director doesn't have all the answer for all these things, but uh, what I do is I collect the questions, I collect the problems, and kind of help to facilitate, get whatever source that the artist needs to get them uh, do whatever they're good at, right? So
Yeah.
I would say that the effect, the effect that art director had to the team is depending on how much the art director can help the team instead of telling the team what to do.
I think that answers it very well already. Okay. Um, so, are there any effects you designed that didn't make it past the concept stage? Stop stealing my questions.
I can answer that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I would say that, oh wow, a lot, a lot. To be honest, it's more than half of the content that we created doesn't went past, because we have so many great ideas that by the end of the day, it has to be sound and logic, and it makes sense for the design team to take it further to develop it. So whatever the artist had or whatever concept that we produce is all over the place and it's amazing, right? So I mean, maybe in the future when we share more and more concept arts, we can see what are the things that we're kind of missing out as well.
Hmm, yeah, maybe. If only there was someone who could post that in the future. Might want to collaborate on that. Does the art team select the enemies to be designed, or is that the choice your team makes? By team, I then assume,
The art team,
yeah.
right? I think it goes both way. One of the cool thing is that we all like brainstorming. We sit down together. We talk about what kind of a dinosaur that we want to have, right? Because we love these. Everybody has their favorite dinosaurs,
Yeah.
right? We can sit down. We talk about we need this. We want that. It'll be cool to have this. It'll be cool to have that. For example, T Rex. Everybody love T Rex. Of course, it goes in, right? But by the end of the day, it has to go through the game directors or the
Mm.
lead designer has to be the one who says that, yeah, this dinosaur looks cool, right? For example, let's say we want to have Bronchiosaurus and it doesn't make sense in this game is because it's kind of like a calm and friendly
Yeah.
dinosaurs that it doesn't make sense for the team. It doesn't make sense for our game that we want to kill those things. So there are dinosaurs that we would suggest, but we go through the whole brainstorming process and then we decide it
Hmm.
later. Yeah.
That's an amazing answer. It's yeah. Huh. Oh well. That's probably the answer to half the dino suggestions we've already gotten so far.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, but does it fit? It's like the compies, I think, were also very much desired thing, and then they're so small.
Yeah, exactly.
Could hardly hit them in the first place. They would
Mm.
probably be very annoying. All right, but yeah, you also, I think, worked on the lighting inside of caves. Something that I've, I think, teased to some people before.
Mm-hmm.
But let's elaborate on that a bit more.
Okay, I think it's better for me to start to talk about it before we actually show the video,
Of
right?
course,
So,
yeah.
one of the key things that we started working on actually not started, is actually halfway through working on these savanna biomes, is that I sat down with the lead designer, Simon. And then we talk about like how can we make the caves actually looks different from tundra. You know, we want to have uh, entire biomes that feels very different. It's not additional map, but it's how you play it, how you feel the games. And one thing we agreed on is that it's also the very risky decision, is that what if we turn the cave into pitch black? You know, we have enough action packed gameplay on the broad daylight outdoor, right? Can we make the caves to be darker, damped, and something that you know that you really need to rely on your flashlight to work on? And we want to inject that slight horror theme on it, and it's also because of how we started to design the over mutated dinosaur and all that. We wanted to kind of show it in this best light, no pun intended, but it glows in the dark as well, right? So we yeah, without further ado, I think we can actually
Yeah,
show
let's
the video.
switch over cave comparison. Just add us back in. There we go. This is the tundra caves. As you can see, pretty normal lighting. And these are the savanna caves. Oh, I love that little flicker of the
Yes.
flashlight as well when it turns on. This just looks so cool.
So one of the ideas that it is that a little bit flickering is also the um, kind of like a brain fart that I had the other day. Is that what if we walk into the cave and you don't have the flashlight turned on right away, which is what happened in the live version right now.
Mm,
You know, you went in and it takes some time before your sensor adjusted and
mm,
started to turn on the flashlight. It creates that sense of, you know, that all right, we're in danger. It switches your mood as a
mm,
player. You know, we're playing on a very different situation right now.
mm.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like requested that features, and the dev actually so kind that spent about half a day to actually create a flickering for me. So I
Ah.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it really does add a lot. It's that split second where your brain goes, wait, is it
Yeah.
going out again? Am I gonna be in the dark? And that just, I think, adds just a ton. Hey Andy, how's it going? Don't forget to hydrate.
Good point. Thank you.
The light balance of the new caves looks good to me. Will teammates' flashlights be visible?
I think we went back and forth on that, but I am not aware of the final decision of the game design on that. Yeah, good point. I need to check on that.
We'll check. Excited server components came today. Nice. Or come today. Alright, have fun building that. Will that flicker be universal on universal on all maps or just bound to Savannah?
Right now it's universal.
Huh. There you go. I think the new atmosphere, we're gonna play it one more time. Just gonna loop it through one more time. I think the first moment of darkness and then your flashlight finally turns on. That's just so good. And you can see the little glowing things everywhere when you kind of look at it, but not directly. It's just so pretty. I love it. I apologize. I switched to the wrong scene. Yeah, it has definitely always been pretty. That's true. But I think or they have done some great work to make it even prettier. Where did you go? Whoops! That's what happens when you switch scenes without actually looking at the screen where you're doing it. Cleaning equipment, gotta wipe down your keyboard and mouse. Yeah. Just 3 seconds of it. I never told you what my server build is for. We're gonna make Phoenix. Well, that sounds evil, and you shouldn't do that. Alright. Apart from, caves, lightnings, which, people see sometimes, but not all the time. What other ways are there to set the mood in a map?
Yeah, I think the biggest things that to have an impact, I mean, to create the mood of the gameplay is going through the lightings, especially on the time of days as well, right? So one of the major things I did, kind of a big overhaul for the release version, is the time of day for both maps, both for Tundra and also the Savannah. Um, I can go a little bit deeper into that. So, for Tundra and Savannah, we have a different directions and also the goal and what we're trying to achieve over here. For Tundra is something that we want to convey the mood of. This is very cold place, so the color palette has to be cool colors, and also this is something that has been infested by the dinos for quite some time, right? And it has to be a situation where it started to felt like no longer the earth that we recognize. So the time of days has to reflect that. So the keywords that we look for is being cold, of course, and it's also being like primordial. Things that you look at it, you felt like it does looks like an ancient earth rather than the modern earth. um, so in order to do that, we have all the elements on the map done, which is great. But the thing is that to kind of push the ambient into that direction is to change the time of day. Um, so I can actually talk a little bit more about Savannah as well, right? So Savannah, it kind of like goes into the different directions on that because lore-wise or narrative-wise, it's a little bit more recent conflicts that the dinosaurs and humans had. So Savannah is another direction that we push through. It's more Earth-like. It's something that the player want to feel at home. So it's not turned into the completely aliens planet yet. So the time of day had to reflect on that as well. It's not just a pretty lightings, but it's the lightings that we are familiar with. Yeah, so it's a kind of like 180 away from what the Tundra is. So yeah, we can look at some videos if you want to.
Please,
All right.
yes, time of day.
Okay, cool. So here are some updated time of day done for Tundra.
Colors are so absolutely vibrant, which is, I think, something people have always appreciated about our maps in general.
And here is what we are going to introduce for the Savannah.
Add us back in there. Hey, Tenable Target, how's it going? Welcome to stream. No drops on stream? Are drops not active? If drops don't work now, I know I activated them. They are live, so if drops don't work now, then something else is up. And of course, I apologize for that. I don't know why, but that concrete platform held by the crane looks like a star destroyer. Really? Huh.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah, right. It did look like a star destroyer.
Yeah.
I never noticed that
Yeah.
before. Thank you for the.
Cannot unsee that.
Cannot. Yeah, we're gonna leave that running, and everybody who didn't catch it the first time can catch it later. Rage of the Wolf, how's it going? Welcome to stream. So happy that you're here. We're showing off some updated time of day, as it's called, graphics in the game, or mood, I would say. Also, ah, the Northern Lights are just one of the highlights for me. Highlights. Get it?
Uh-huh.
Uh, anyway, Doing good things. How are you all doing? We are doing fantastic. You have missed a lot already, I think, so definitely go and check the VOD after this. Does this mean the excessive fog that some have complained about will be gone?
No, it is not. But we're trying to change the chance of that happens kind of lower. So another thing that I want to add on is that we went in and we overhaul and we also revise the chances of you encounter any of these time of day. So Tundra have several time of day, fixed time of day, and the same goes to Savannah. But the chances of them happening, it's not equal. So chances are the heavy fog is something that it obstruct the gameplay. It doesn't really fun. It's cool for the first 5 minutes. All right. So these are the kind of like the indicator we kind of like collect, and then we turn down the chances of that happens. It will still happens, but it won't be as frequent as it used to be.
Yeah, I think one person in particular will be very happy about that. So, yay! Yeah, the hot springs on Tundra, they also look very cool. I love the how the fog rises from, or the steam in that case, I assume, rises up from them. But yeah, so that's good news. The drops end tomorrow, and I couldn't even find a stream with an active drop. So, but what about this stream, Alex? Isn't this stream, you know, doesn't it have drops on it? It should. But yes, the drops do end tomorrow because we're testing them today. You're funny, Carney. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate it. That sounds so sarcastic. You're funny, Carney. Very funny. Does the stream have them on? It really should, but if you have to give me feedback on that. I am not in chat right now, so I can't see it. But like, yeah, I mean, they are on, and this is a stream that is streaming Second Extinction, so it should work. Doesn't have drops enabled. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I apologize for that. I tried to set them up, but in that case, it's another different issue with the drops. But you did see that they end tomorrow, so there is a campaign active. That's a very interesting thing. But I tried to set up Twitch drops for after release, and I tested them today, and apparently they're not working. Oh well. If they were on, how would we be able to check? It would show up as a chat message when you open chat. It would be like, watch the stream to get a drop. So that's normally how it works. I do apologize, but yeah, I'm not gonna spend valuable stream time to fix it now. So we'll see if we can fix it for after release or maybe for launch stream itself. By the way, next week is gonna be a 3-hour stream as it's planned right now. I am gonna be down in Malmö with the development team, and we're gonna talk to lead designer Simon Berry. And hopefully some other developers will come check in as well for a little Q&A session. So definitely check that out next Thursday on launch day. I think we'll start around 3 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So definitely check that out as well. Patrick, oh, so many new names in chat. I do not know how to read this name. Tmimi TV. TM Mimi. Mimi, how's it going? Hi. Will these drops be available again after launch? Yes. At least we are trying to get them working again. The issue is I do not know if they are set up properly anymore. So we'll have to see if they work. But we are trying to get them to work again after launch. That is very much the case. I may try to get Second Extinction on Steam to see how it is now. Oh, you definitely should, Lone Wolfie. You definitely should. Now's the best time. Shortly before launch. You can check it out before and after launch and see how much has changed. I adore the Raptor design. Was Turok from 2008 an inspiration for them?
I wouldn't say it's a direct inspiration. All of these dinosaurs kind of taken from all over the place. The raptor is everywhere on the internet, right? So when you talk about raptors, you do have a preconception of where does it comes from, from Jurassic Park, from Turok. But whatever you see right now, it's going through a lot of iterations. So it's kind of like the most important dinosaurs that we are showing here.
Mm.
So we went through a lot of iteration to get it where it is today. So inspiration, I would say one of a reference, maybe, but not the direct inspiration.
Will a medium type of dinosaur be added? What do you mean by medium exactly? Something between a raptor and a bull, for example? Like the alpha raptor? That I would say the alpha raptor is like a medium size. So we have several new dinosaurs. I can't answer that directly, but we have several new dinosaurs that are being added, and I think you can vary them kind of from medium to big, is how I would describe that. I got it on Epic Games and Game Pass for free, but bought it again on Steam recently to support you guys. Oh, thank you so much. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that. That is amazing. Keep doing the good work. We will. We definitely will. Super excited for you to check it out at full launch. Oh, did Tenable Target ask a question there? I'll be getting it on Xbox. Huh. Your Rex is by far the best and most iconic design. I've never seen anything like her. Oh, I mean, there's a reason why she is the poster child of Second Extinction, the single thing we show
Exactly.
off the most.
Yeah, I think that is also one of the things that we brought up a lot is that what is the most iconic things in the second extinctions? I mean, these projects, right? Two things, raptors and the T-Rex, and we all think that this T-Rex is not the usual T-Rex that you saw, right? We went through a lot of like iteration to get this mutated T-Rex looks of it. Is that we want to show T-Rex, but not quite. You know, what if T-Rex
But more teeth.
more teeth? Yes,
So many more teeth.
three times the teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think the design is really cool too. The color scheme as well. You
Mm-hmm.
got that red on the back popping against the cyan on the front where the weak
Exactly.
point is, which just really knocks it out of the park, really.
And also the platings on the head.
Mm.
It's something that we really want to show that this T-Rex is built for battle.
Mm. Oh, it definitely is. I'm planning on streaming Second Extinction once I got a gap in my schedule for it. Nice. Well, we appreciate the support as a streamer as well. Yeah, definitely. The spikes on the neck too. Yeah,
Yes,
the
definitely.
spikes are a big thing. So, unless there are any other questions we have missed, I don't believe there are. If we miss any questions, by the way, please just repeat them after a couple of minutes. That's fine. Ah, okay, you know what? I'm gonna spend 30 seconds to try and fix the drops. If this tip that I just saw fixes it, then that'll be that. I mean, I have turned on drops. They are on. It says enable drops. So unfortunately that didn't fix it. Sorry for that. But thank you, Commu Ninja, for the tip. Amazing username. Kenneth Lim says, "Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Kenneth.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yes.
Coworker? Works here too?
We used to be co-worker.
Ah,
I mean, a year ago.
unfortunate. Oh, you're not going anywhere. So everyone is talking about the design of the dinosaurs, but do you also design the outfits for the heroes? And if so, can we expect more unique skins like the Explorer skin for Jurgen or Spec Ops for Dega?
I'm not sure I'm supposed to say it here, but it's up for you to discover it.
I think we can say there are some new skins in
There
the full launch that you weren't able to get before. That is very much the case. Yes. Yeah, Twitch's fault then. I agree. Go riot at Twitch store. Don't actually do that. What will the drops give us? The drops are for some crafting materials, we have some research, and we have that one Rosie skin. But to be honest, I think that Rosie skin is also in the game for you to earn on yourself by yourself then, because we thought so. Which other skins do we have? And then we just put them all in the game. So
Mm.
there is a lot that you can earn at full launch, be it through contracts or different other endeavors or drops. Are there any plans to make water more interactable, like being able to swim or adding water dinos?
Huh. Okay. This is kind of go into the realm of game design, but I would say that in the new biomes, we do have some gameplay that water become an element
Yeah.
that may give you some troubles.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, water does play a role in the savannah. We'll talk a bit about the water later on.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we have? No, actually, we this is gonna be our next point after we discuss it. I think this is a really interesting thing too. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll postpone that for just a minute
All right.
until we've talked about the other thing. What is the skin called? It's called Slammed Tuner. It has some oil slick like elements, and I think it says Juggernaut on the front, if I'm not mistaken. Any plans for Halloween event? No, no in-game event is planned for Halloween. Maybe some pumpkins scattered all across the map. That would be fun. I agree. It would have been fun last year as well, but unfortunately, we just don't have the resources to change the whole map like that just for an event. All right. Yeah, but we were talking about time of day, and I
Mm-hmm.
think this is really, really important to show off. Is what an art director does in this context. So, would do you want to explain a bit what you did here?
Okay, I think this is kind of like to get a peek of my day job. This is what I do. Spreadsheets and a lot of these paint over. I wouldn't say it's paint over here, but I kind of do a little bit of tweakings for that. So what I did is that I take a screenshots of whatever the time of day and lightings that I needed to feedback on. I needed some changes, and then I went into Photoshop and start to tweak it the way I need it, and then I come up with the palette for the artist to work on. And also, because of how flexible the Apex engine is, we are actually able to kind of pick exactly the time of day down to a minute. So you can look at there. There's like a time zeros. It's basically 0700. Um, it's early in the morning, 7 a.m. This is how the sunlight should be, and then these are the palette that it should be. Also, the keywords, sunrise, it has to feel quaint, it has to have a cold mist around. Shadow has to be long. Sunlight has to feel soft. Kind of like these are the key elements that the artists need to receive as a feedback, and then they work on it.
Ah,
So, so basically, this is like one of the many feedbacks that I give.
that's so interesting. I love that. Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to highlight that you've worked on or that's coming in full launch?
Mm, I also worked on shall we talk about yeah, just now we talk about water, right?
Yeah, we
Um
did.
yeah, so we talk about water that has the gameplay elements on it, but I also worked on a water that is doesn't really have much of a gameplay elements, but it's more like giving a feels, a mood. A little bit of story is that uh, I was going through look at how can we polish the savannah map, and then I went to this lagoon area, and then it was like midsummer of Stockholm. It was like 30, 30, 31 degrees.
Mm,
um,
it
it
was a
is
hot day.
it's a hot day, and plus, as you know, that the apartment in Stockholm, they kind of built to insulate,
Yeah.
and they don't have fans, so I was like sweating, and then I was looking at the lagoon. I was like, gosh, I want to feel cold. I want to feel refreshing, looking at
Mm.
those waterfall. And then I quickly text our developers, hey, can you quickly teach me how to do some triggers and also the VFX system? I really want to try something out. So this task is not on the schedule. This
Mm.
task is simply because I was feeling too warm, and I wanted it to be in the game. So I think I can show it to you.
Now it's in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's in the game. So a little bit of
Ah,
idea is that I want the player to be able to walk towards the waterfall, and you started to see all the droplets are forming on your screens.
mm.
Basically, it's on your face. And then hearing the sound, seeing these effects, you're
Oh,
supposed to feel.
let me turn on the sound as well, then they know what
Mm,
you're talking about. These are the waterfall sounds as well.
yeah. So you're supposed to feel refreshing walking here. So it has no gameplay value, but you know, it's fun to work on.
Oh, yes. Now we can hear it as well.
Oh, cool.
Ah, it is so nice. Should we just do an hour of waterfall ASMR? I think people would appreciate that. Are there any night times of day for Savannah?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Nice. Well, there you got it. But you have to wait until full launch to see that. 'Cause it's also very, very impressive. There is a lagoon in the tundra in a cave between Magna and Nova. Why is it green? Huh.
Hmm.
What lagoon? Are you sure there's a lagoon in a cave? Isn't that? Huh. I don't know which one. You'll have to send it to me on Discord, Toast, and I can show it to Alan, and we can answer that on Discord instead.
Yeah, the map is way too huge for me to remember every single
Yeah.
details, to be honest.
This water looks super warm. I feel like I've been there when I see the animation colors. Hmm. Wait, I also think... Oh, there, Ryza from Australia, I assume that would be? Yes, hello from Australia, they say. Thanks for a fantastic game. Well, thank you for being a member of the community. We appreciate it just as much. Damn, that looks amazing. Thank you, Patrick. I'd listen to it. See? Yes. We'll do a 1 hour ASMR waterfall and river sound effects.
Yeah,
Love the sound
do
of the
that.
waterfall. See? Oh, seen the green puddle in tundra. I honestly don't know what that is. Huh. It's more like a pool rather than a lagoon.
I wonder, is it somewhere that near a bridge? Maybe.
So Ando says it's where the overmutated event occurs, so it's probably because of the overmutation that the water's green, to be honest. Oh, you want the link for the Discord server? Sorry, we do not have a command set up for that, but I can link it to you really quick. There you go. This is the Discord server, and it was not sent on Twitch. But yes, it was. It is underneath the stream. That is very true. Thank you, Raptor. Do we have something else to talk about? I think we have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I
We
think
love more stuff to talk about. So,
another things I worked on. It was pretty late on the development cycle, but it is something that is really fun to work on. I think we do have like a emergent events, right?
I think before you show this off, I think I need to talk a bit about how emergence events are going to work because it's changed quite a bit from live. We will explain this more in depth in a little blog post that we're doing soon. But to give you the quick overview is that emergence events aren't going to be bound solely to the war effort anymore. They're also going to appear dynamically during gameplay. So there are certain triggers, there are certain effects where you will have a pop-up and there will be an emergence event there, and some of them are in a specific region, some of them are in a specific radius of something, and then you can go there and do the emergence event. So it's going to change a little, and also they're not only going to be objectives anymore. They're not just going to be go there, shoot that, but some of them will, for example, be in this area you earn twice as many blue materials, or in this area dinos will have a certain effect that you will see in the comparison later. I will not spoil it, but it is very fun and you're gonna love it. So I think we're ready to show it off now.
All right. Enjoy.
So these are the effects that you did for the
Acid rain.
acid rain
Yes.
event. And I think the name explains it pretty well. It's not a fun one. And this one is called Bloodlust.
It's not exactly
Look
fun
at that.
as well.
I love that one so much when it's charging towards you and it just goes, "Meow." It's so good. But yeah, why don't you talk a bit about what you did for those effects and how they work?
Yeah, so how I work on this is that um, our lead designer, Simon, actually set up the zone, the areas, and also the bare skeletons of how this weather's supposed to look at. So we brainstorm together. We talk about like what are the things that we really want to convey. So for acid rain is basically is that you're taking damage if you don't seek shelter. So you need to convey the same message. So acid rains basically it's acidic. So when it falls onto the floor, if you can see, everything is burning. So you can see all the green mist coming out from the floor. And then for the bloodlust, is kind of like bloodlust, right? Seeing red, basically is that not as a player, but they're more like a dinosaur that actually seeing red and then turn into a berserk mood. But we need to convey that mood correctly. So basically, it's just me trying to emphasize on the gameplay and kind of push it as far as we could to make the gameplay really resonance with the visual. Yeah.
All right. How might the effects of emergence events mix with the time of day and dynamic weather? How might they?
Yeah, so one of the tricky parts is to make sure all these emergence events effects is actually works on every single time of day. So it's not just work on one and then it's done. No, I need to test it on every single time of day of each biome. So every biomes have a different time of day. I need to test on every one of them. Yeah.
That must be so much effort. Is there going to be
yeah.
season missions just like the pre-release missions? It's gonna change a little bit how that works, but what I can say is there will be contracts and there will be timed contracts as well after release. So you will have both timed contracts and not timed ones that you can select yourself. So you have a bit more to do there. By the way, does it work on Steam Deck?
Yes, I was going to answer that. Yes, I was telling Carney that it's a shame that I forgot to bring my Steam Deck because I tested on the Steam Deck and it works fine. You need to kind of like remap the keys a little bit because by default right now by default it's being mapped towards keyboard and mouse, but you can just switch it to a joypad on the Steam Deck. Everything works just fine.
Oh, that's amazing. Can the events stack like Acid Rain and Bloodlust at the same time? That would be absolute madness.
I don't think so.
I think some of them do stack, but I think not these specific ones. But you can have, for example, one objective emergency event overlapping, kind of, the area of it overlapping with an acid rain, for example. So when you're doing one, it can overlap with another one.
Yeah, but the thing is that acid rain and bloodlust is it will be bound towards the biomes as well.
So Bloodlust is only on tundra and Acid Rain is only on the savannah. All right, that's good information. Are the raptors and other dinos vulnerable to Acid Rain?
I don't think so, but I have to check with the lead designer because
I don't think so either, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. They've been festering for all these years already, so they're used to it.
It would be kind of like a cheese way to kind of wait for them to die.
Yes.
Right?
Just observing them from the distance like, yes, die. How often do these events happen? Quite a lot. So you won't have the same event happening a lot of times. Like you won't have the same event happen twice in a row, but these events do pop up quite frequently, so you always have something to do and you're always engaged with something. That's the plan.
Mm. And to add on this is that I think we did a lot of balancing on how
Mm,
often the event should happen to make the players felt not overwhelmed, but
mm.
at the same time not getting bored
Yeah.
waiting for the events, right? So I think this is one of the major things that the game designer has been trying to balance, like all this while. Yeah.
Mm. That's probably pretty hard to balance. So yeah, I respect that. Um, do we keep? Where was that question? I lost it. On full release, will we keep everything we have unlocked? Yes, that is the plan, I think, so far.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan is that you do keep your XP progression. There have been some changes, minor changes with the weapon upgrading system, so you will be reimbursed for your upgrades there that you've lost, but you will get all your materials back, so don't worry about that. So yes, you will keep your progress. Nothing will be wiped. Good luck. Yes, killing a Rex with acid rain. Ando is infamous for these very, very elaborate videos where he kills the Rex only using melee attacks. Or his best
Wow.
one, where he kills it
I need to
only
watch those.
using Sunetra's pheromones. So only
Hmm.
using other dinosaurs, he kills the Rex with that. That is a very impressive one, and it takes a long time.
This is so unfair to T-Rex, my boy.
He's just getting bullied by Ando all the time because he's so bored. Will there be an alert system in place to let you know when an event has happened?
Yeah, just turn
Yeah.
on the map and you will see that.
Yeah, and also you get a little pop up.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. I think we have time to talk about a last thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you work together with the map designers and kind of the rest of your team? Um, how does that process work? The feedback process of you and
Mm.
the back and forth.
Yeah, one of the interesting thing to look at this game is because it's a sandbox, right? Each of every biomes has their own unique area and unique zone, and it says that you want this zone to look nice or pretty or to have the perfect compositions. It's not as easy as a linear games where you have a very fixed point to look at the things, right? So what happened is that the art team has to work together with the design team to figure out how the flow of the mission works. So, where do you start the missions? How do you carry on the missions? Where do you go? And we kind of like plotting the hit zone, the hit where the player will start to maybe the first time they drop down, they start to scan around to find the clue. And this is where the zone that we kind of lock down, this is the angle and the spot we want to create a so-called a hero shot.
Mm.
Hero shot basically is that when you look at this direction, you will get a perfect composition. Well, perfect is an arrogance word to say, but we try our best because this is a sandbox. Wherever you can see, you can reach,
Mm.
which also means that everything is being made to be interactable. So it's not easy, but we try our best to keep the composition as tight as possible in those hero shot. And then we kind of follow through. Oh, if you need to go to this objective, you walk around, and then you have stumble upon pickups or any items or ammos of
Mm.
and gadgets. This is where you stop. You take a break. This is another hero shots that we need to show. So we pinpoint the parts on the map, and then we started to work from there.
Oh.
So maybe I can show one of the exactly. Okay, so this is one of the hero shots that we always this is where you start one of the missions there. When we drop down, the first thing we see is that we need to go to this thing, right? These missions, and this is mission objectives right in the center is where we are going to look at. It's the breadcrumbs that lead us towards there, right? But visually, we kind of need to create a composition where it also visually lead us to focus on this is where the mission is supposed to be. So what I did is that I captured this, and then I wanted a tree on the right side, and I wanted the hill on the left side to kind of slightly curve towards the objectives. I wanted the path to move towards there as well. So it's a composition that always leads players towards their objectives. It's not only just for looking nice, but it also has motifs. So this is one of a good example that I talked to our world designer, and sometimes it gets a little bit complicated, that because those hills are actually a place that we need to put a lot of like different parts of asset as well.
Mm.
So we got into like a little bit of like, that if you do this a little bit here, do that, it's kind of a negotiation going through, but ultimately we want our visual to be as tight as possible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Raptor says A plus on the tree drawings. Yes,
Thank you.
you made a mistake though. You drew a lonely tree, and trees, they can never be alone. They always have to have a friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean A, maybe an A. The A plus would have been for the little friend for the tree.
Yeah.
I love playing Horde mode with my two sons. We love this game a lot. Oh, thank you so much for the kind words. And will be climbing on top of that be possible? Well, I think it will be possible if you have the right dedication, which I know you do, so, Kyla is finally here. She overslept, forgot to set her alarm. Oh no. We missed you, Kyla, but you can definitely watch the VOD. There's a lot to unpack, so definitely do that. Sinatra Rex kill is one of my proudest achievements, says Ando. Definitely should be. No mistakes, only happy accidents. Exactly. That's what he told the map team.
Yep.
You didn't make a mistake, but let's change it a little. All right. So technically we're already over time, but we do have one last thing that we can kind of show a little. I think we don't even need to explain it too much because it'll be explained later on, but I think you can show it off.
Nothing
And then we'll just end stream there.
All right, cool. Enjoy.
All right. That was a pretty cool little teaser there.
Wow.
And also something you have worked on, I think.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to show some of my work as well.
I think everybody in chat appreciates seeing your work singled out like this and highlighted as much as I do. Or am I wrong, chat?
But
I think you do.
to be honest, this is not all. My work is the entire team work on this. I don't want to take credit for myself, really. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that the team is really capable, and it's really talented, and most of the time the team actually jump towards one skill sets to another skill sets very quickly. So what I'm trying to share here is just me trying to kind of like tag along what they have done, and then I do the final polishing, do the final like tweaking. So
and then you claim the,
Yes.
the fame for it. I did all that.
Oh my god, I feel bad taking credit.
No, of course not. Credit to the full Second Extinction art team. You guys are doing an amazing job, and I think nobody wants to take away that credit from you. I have Amir with no helmet. He looks funny. He does look funny. Me and my mate like to stay at the extraction points for hours. Surviving, is there going to be any difference made to the extraction process? Not to the extraction process itself. Although some people have requested an option to be able to extract without their teammates, so people can't block each other, or when someone suddenly goes AFK for some reason, so you can still extract without losing any loot. And I'm happy to say that that will be an option at full launch. I won't yet say how that will work exactly, but you will be able to extract without your teammates and keep all of all of your stuff, which, we are fans of stuff, we like stuff, so we don't want to lose that in the process. Will there be any new weapons? That is something I will not talk about now. I think we have shared quite enough for today. I think there is a lot of information to go through just from this stream alone, so we'll leave that as it is right now. Will Second Extinction stay on Game Pass for a long time? We are kind of still looking at our options with Game Pass. We'll definitely have more words about that at full launch. All right. Any final statements, Alan? Any last words?
I mean, go play the game.
Yes.
Really, I'm a fan of this game before I become like a I'm a big fan of this game before I'm a big fan of these projects. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it is one of my proudest project I ever worked on as well.
Oh, mine as well. And the only one I've ever worked on. I was wondering if there would ever be any rideable dinos. No, that is not the objective of Second Extinction, unfortunately. We are very much about killing them, which Alan touched on earlier when we discussed why there aren't, for example, brontosaurs in the game. It's because we want the dinosaurs to be hostile. We want them to be, as we sometimes say, evil. They have to seem evil. And I don't think rideable dinos or tameable dinos would fit into that kind of image that we want for them. Would the Rex spawn in a new map? No. The new map has a new boss, and it is just as menacing, believe me. It is just scary. It is downright scary.
Yes, it is scary. Yeah.
We call it the Long Claw Boy. If you haven't seen that little teaser that we gave, go watch the release date announcement trailer that we posted on YouTube and, everywhere else. It is very, very scary. Live long and prosper. Thank you, Raptor. You as well. We'll answer the puddle question on Discord, Toast, so in just a minute, after stream. All right. We've gone through everything we wanted to. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking about art and seeing everybody's reaction. I think people very much enjoyed what we showed off today and talked about. And I hope you people are hyped for launch. It is in 7 days. Don't forget it, Second Extinction. If you haven't yet, buy it now. Buy it for a friend. And we'll see you in the release stream next week, next Thursday. All right. Take care.
Right.
Oh, we have to go to the end card as well. Let's go to the end card.